Hi, good afternoon. This is Bradley Phillips, and this is my recording for my final reflections. So, introduction. I wanted to enroll in public speaking so that I could understand if I could do this in a professional platform. In the military, language is a little bit different when we're giving speeches and when we're in front of people. And I just wanted to make sure that I could do it, again, in a professional setting with civilians. Marines are paid to listen to me. They kind of had to do what I was saying at that point in time. And I just wanted to make sure that I could do it with civilians in a different kind of platform. Strengths. I'm 100% comfortable in front of any audience, especially at this point in my life, with any topic, with anything that I have to discuss, with anything that I have to talk about. And I definitely see that as one of my strengths, being comfortable in front of people. Weaknesses that I identified in the course, it was actually transition statements. I didn't think that transition statements would be the thing that I'm speaking about at the end of the course as a weakness, but it definitely was. I thought that I had a good grasp on them, and it turns out that I did not at all. I didn't even really fully understand them. Even in the last speech, I did them, but I think that it could be better. I definitely think I can do that stronger. Lessons learned. I actually was able to take away some valuable points from this course. In my professional setting now, where I'm working at my job currently, everything's gone to telework. So being able to do all of this stuff virtually, online, and record myself and be used to speaking on a phone or in front of my computer actually helped me a lot, and it's going to be even more beneficial as I progress in this new environment, because I foresee virtual work and teleworking as a thing that we do for the next probably year and a half at minimum. So that was definitely something beneficial. And something else that I learned is I'm able to speak to civilians and relay what is in my mind. And that was a big deal for me. You're not paid to listen to me, you don't have to pay attention to me at all, and I was able to get positive feedback from my classmates, and people understood what I was trying to say. I portrayed the correct information the way that I wanted to, and I got good feedback saying that I did exactly that, so that was a good thing for me. Now, my conclusion, the way that I'm going to incorporate this course after everything's over, this final day, I'm going to use these things in my day-to-day life. I'm going to use these skills when I'm speaking to my wife. I'm still in the reserves, so I still do the Marine Corps part-time, and when I'm there, I'm going to definitely watch my language and make sure that I'm doing these things and incorporating these things. And I'm also going to take this into my professional environment, my new professional setting, and I think that it's going to be extremely beneficial for me moving forward. So I had a great time in this course, and I appreciate everything that was done for us. And I think that it was a very beneficial 6-week course, fast-paced, exactly what I like, very straightforward. And I very much enjoyed it, more than I thought I was going to, so thank you for that. Now, on to my reflection for the class. So, to answer the first question, did I like taking the class online? 100%. My schedule is very different right now. I'm teleworking, I'm still in the reserves, I fly for my job, so even though I am teleworking, I physically have to go and be places for certain aspects of it. And actually, for a majority of this course, I was in Virginia for a month, so being online was very, very beneficial to me. I would have liked to have done a classroom environment, but even with that being said, I probably wouldn't have been able to, just with my schedule the way that it is now. Number two, I found the quizzes extremely helpful. And the reason for that was they specifically were designed around the podcasts and the videos, and if you didn't watch them, you wouldn't pass the quiz. So it made you pay attention more. So I found the quizzes very helpful. So on to question 3. I did like the videos and the podcast. I don't like textbooks at all, so I was happy that we didn't have to have a textbook. I learned more visually, and I learned more audibly, so it helps me to be auditory. So it helps me to be able to hear everything. And I wouldn't have used the textbook hardly at all if we had one, because I would have had to end up saying things over and over to myself. So I very much enjoyed the videos and the podcast. The favorite aspect, assignment in this course, I liked all of them. I think I had the most fun with the speaking mentor. Well, I had a lot of fun with the last one too. Being able to choose our own topics really helped, and be able to have that freedom. And I really enjoyed doing those. I got to incorporate Jim Carrey in music and talk about what I loved and was the close to the heart. So I really liked that. Least favorite, I didn't have one. Like I just said, I enjoyed everything. I was kind of bummed we didn't get to do the persuasive speech. I get why with the 6-week course, but I was really looking forward to the persuasive speech from the very beginning. When I saw that it was on the modules, I was like, oh, that'll be fun. So I was a little bummed when that got taken away. How was the 6-week format? I loved the pace of the course. It was perfect for me. Like I just said, I'm fast paced. Everything was really straightforward, and it really helped me to be able to just look at this and say, hey, I need to do this, this, and this by this date, and turn it in. And with the 6 weeks, again, it was perfect. I was able to focus on this stuff for about a month while I was in Virginia, so it helped out a lot with my personal schedule. Any additional feedback? Everything was great. Everything was very, very straightforward. I don't know if my military background or just the way that I am naturally, but having that information, just no late submissions whatsoever, absolutely none. You have the whole schedule, you can plan for it. Everything's straightforward. This is due on this date. I'm giving you this however many weeks out. It works for me. And I very much appreciated the course. I appreciate the straightforwardness. I appreciate all of the positive feedback. I appreciate the responses to the questions that I had. And if I do have to do a survey on your class, or if somebody asks me about your class, I'm going to highly recommend it. I enjoyed it very much, and I'm actually looking forward to hopefully taking public speaking again in the future. And I'll definitely look out to see who's teaching that course and pay more attention to that, because I wouldn't mind doing a more difficult and advanced version of your course. So I appreciate everything. Thank you very much.